Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I wanted to do something a little bit special. I've been doing this Terrible Weapon Challenge series for a while now, and since Battlefield 4 is just around the corner, well, at least the beta is, and I have plans on continuing this series when the game actually comes out, I kind of wanted to do a send-off version, at least for Battlefield 3, because I love this series. I mean, you guys have sent in so many crazy suggestions, and we've had so much fun with it. I figured it would be kind of fun to just have a kind of a look back on all of the crazy things that we've done. And so I first started to do this series just to kind of mix things up. I mean, Battlefield 3 at the time and today has been out for a really long time, and I kind of wanted to do a video series that not only where I could interact with you guys and kind of get that interaction going, but also just to kind of switch things up and to make Battlefield difficult. I mean, you can always run around with the M16A3 and the M416 and dominate everyone. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because just the other day I was using the M416 for like the first time in a couple of months, and I was loving it. Like, I was getting kill streaks so easily and so quickly is awesome, but I wanted to challenge myself, and so that's where this series was born. And so kind of in preparation for today's video, I went back and viewed a majority of my challenges, and during that process, I kind of was feeling nostalgia towards some of these setups. Like, I was having so much fun. Like, you know, when you're having fun in a game and you look back in your past videos and you just feel good watching it. Like, you want to go and try that setup again because it was just so much fun to use. And some of you might be thinking like, well, I thought this was supposed to be difficult. Like, I thought this was kind of supposed to be a frustrating experience at times. And well, yeah, and we'll kind of get to that. A majority of the setups that I did, while very difficult to complete, when I was actually able to get kills with them, it was such a satisfying experience, and really what made this series in general just so enjoyable. For instance, when I ran around with the anti-tank mines, placed them down next to a camping sniper, a bipod user, or just someone I kinda came across, and then used the shotgun rounds or a magnum to blow them into smithereens, like, the warm and fuzzy feelings when I was able to pull that off was awesome. The Defibrillator is kind of one of those you would have assumed that I would have just pulled my hair out at, but when I was able to just get kills after kills, like, I think that I went on like a 4 kill streak with the Defibrillator, or at least 3 kills. Like, I didn't think it was even possible for you to get like one consistent kill, but when I was finally able to make it work and get into the groove and started killing multiple people back to back to back, like, it's just fantastic. But the challenge that I'm probably most proud of is when I slayed my enemies with the scan bolt. And even before I attempted this setup, this was easily the most requested challenge that I've ever done. Like, in the comment section, there was at least 100 people thumbsing up the comment, killing people with the scan bolt. And I was always very hesitant and reluctant to give this one a go because I wasn't exactly sure how to go about it. If you guys don't know, the scan bolt is one of the lowest damaging weapons in the game. Like, it only does 10 damage a shot if you hit him in the chest, and 20 damage if you hit him in the head. And since the scan bolt or the crossbow in the game has a ridiculously long reload time, it's not like I could run around and trying to just take someone down from 100% to 0 with the scan bolt. Like, it just wasn't feasible. And so the way I worked around it was that I used the suppressed M98B bolt action rifle. I made sure that I didn't hit him in the upper chest, so I didn't get that upper chest multiplier. But then I would switch on over to the scan bolt after I got that first shot off, and then that would finish them off. And surprisingly, that was fairly effective. Like, I was actually able to do that to multiple players, and I think it was just the combination of the fact that I had to kind of work around the challenge and make it actually feasible, which just kind of made it so rewarding, and I think that's the reason why I'm just so proud of it. But don't for once go thinking that this entire series was me just prancing through a field of dandelions enjoying myself, because there were some setups that you guys recommended that made me want to punch my computer right in the face. And the one that comes directly to mind is pretty much any high rate of fire weapon in single fire mode, and you guys got really creative with it. The most recent example is when I used the F2000 with the rifle scope, and that combination I have no words for the amount of frustration that I felt. Like, the F2000 is great. It's one of my favorite weapons, but the downside of it is that it has a crazy initial recoil, and I couldn't use any of the high rate of fire of it because it was in single fire mode. Another example is the PP19 in single fire mode, and I have honestly no idea why this is even an option for this weapon. Like, the weapon thrives on its high rate of fire, and if you take that away, you're left with a steaming pile of crap. Like, there is no reason for you to ever want to use this in single fire mode ever. Like, there should never be a situation where that is an option, or you feel like, oh man, I wish the PP19 had single fire mode. I would be able to snipe that guy from across the map. Like, no, this weapon requires a high rate of fire, and when you take that away, I wanted to punch a wall. It was an absolute nightmare. But overall, this series has been an absolute blast, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have, and I'm not just the weird one in the room. But now that the beta is less than a week away, I wanted to leave it up to you guys to kind of try and think of some challenges that I can do for, for the upcoming game. I know that we haven't played it yet, and I know it can kind of be hard to think of setups when you haven't actually had hands-on experience with them, but if you guys have any crazy suggestions, I kind of have some in my head that I may try when it comes out. Let me know down below in the comment section. It may be the one that I give a go when the beta comes out. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and so until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.